Texas Memorial Stadium. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Texas Longhorns. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sideline, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Guys, I have checked in with the Bulldogs head coach. Coach said his message to the team this week is we have got to play every single game like it's a playoff game. They have done well in the conference so far, and he wants to continue that dominance, but consistency is the key. He keeps telling his team we just have to go 1-0 this week to keep that consistent approach going. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Traffic, it's Wingo. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the run. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Rumbles ahead for 6 and all the way out to the 16.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Finds his tight end. Gets it out to the 22-yard line, and that'll be enough for the 1st down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
on first down from their own 22. Here's a give to Frazier. Oh, what a move. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. I'm not sure he knew he had the face mask there, tried to let it go in time, but couldn't. It's a penalty on the defense. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Fires downfield. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
And they can't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Handoff for Frazier. He gets just a few links away from that first down marker as they almost convert on third down there.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Complete out of the backfield. On the move at the 30. Touchdown Bulldogs! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with an electrifying 45-yard run to the house. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. From the gun, it's Smothers. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Quarterback will keep it. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the middle. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Rides to the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw at Stockton. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Fields the punt. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. Running inside. It's Smothers. Defense there to stop him after a 4-yard gain, and it was a good move that got him that much.
You know, God bless Texas, because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities, I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance. Because of those names you just mentioned, we're expecting this running game to be elite. Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You're bringing Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs who you bring in, too, who are studs. So, like, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. Like, it's second to none. Look forward to watching him and the Arch connection and how it grows.
Manning to the air again. Coleman open on the right. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Motion from the wideout. Manning tries to pick it up on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Not a lot of room to field this one. And the returner will be brought down. The Georgia offense ready to go on the attack. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Pulls it and fires to the left. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. Big fella showing some ability, got away from one tackle. Defense lucky they had a few more there to help.
Yeah, he's not a big stiff. He's not a blocking tight end. This guy can do some work out in the open field as well, and he showed you his athleticism.
The give, running right, it's Frazier. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Unloads to the wideout. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The kick is on its way. Trying to get started. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Down 7-0, and they'll have a chance to match the score on this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It Smothers.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Manning from the gun on third down. Quickly out to the tight end. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Well, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Might as well run him again. They put the brakes on him. Well, they were trying to run a sweep, but they got put in the dustpan real fast.
And defenses understand, I cannot let fast guys get on the edge. I got to get that ball turning back towards the middle. Really good job of understanding that. Understanding if it gets too far outside from them big boys, they aren't even in the play. They're just chasing and running. So nice job by the defense not allowing that ball to get outside.
Changing the routes with his receivers. Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. A shot toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! The extra point here would tie the game. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things up with a dart from 24 yards out. From deep, it's Phillips. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. At the 35, he's open. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And the Bulldogs want to crank the tempo. On first down, Nate Frazier. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to the running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Second and long here. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Sets his feet. It's Stockton. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. RPO complete. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Wants to throw one first. Out wide right, it's Frazier. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Keeps it on the bootleg. Rolls right. Gets rid of it. Right side, it's Phillips. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for space. It's Bowen. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Keep it on the ground. Got enough space, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They go 83 yards on the drive, and the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Deep in the end zone, it's Brown. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Straight ahead, it's Smothers. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. We start with the Wyoming Cowboys taking on the New Mexico Lobos. And it's the Cowboys with the first half lead on this juggernaut, and they're trying to make history today. Going to take a lot of discipline in this second half, but they're almost halfway home. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Phillips. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Sets his feet. It's Stockton. Turns it upfield. He stopped just short of his own 20-yard line, but it is enough for the first down. Georgia going up tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're
going deep. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. After that penalty, now they're set up inside the red zone on 1st and 10. Going to the run, it's Phillips. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Second down coming up. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Throws it back. Here comes the heat. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Here they come. Ball is at the 10, 4th and inches. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I love the vision on the quarterback by this defense. Dude, you know that ball's going to come out pretty quick down here on the goal-to-go situation. They break on the football, and they make sure they swat it down so the offensive guy can't make a play.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. No, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
A critical error by the quarterback at a critical juncture of the game, right, David? This thing's already close, and it's the smallest mistake that could make the difference. That pick 6 certainly hurts his team, but There's a lot of football left, a lot of time left. You've got to be resilient as a quarterback. You have to be able to turn the page and get back out and attack with confidence.
You made a mistake. Yeah, exactly right. We got to flush this. We got to move on. Obviously, the crowd goes nuts. The fans are all into it. The other side's energized. Now you got to go get your head together. Go watch the clip, see what happened. What did I do wrong? You got to get out there and go fix it because you still got a chance to win this ball game.
He'll bring it out. It's Phillips. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Sells to run, looking to pass. Rush right in his face. Chunked it away just as he was hit.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. The give to the left. See some running room. Pass to 6. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. The Dogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Here's a give to Frazier. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play fake. Throws to the wideout. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Rushes on. Gets rid of it.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make great. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Breaks into the open.
And if if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll give to Frazier. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
3rd down, red zone play, crowd alive. Handoff again. Breaks the tackle. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
Moves the pocket. It's Stockton. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He wants to throw it. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on him. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Here's Nate Frazier. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! With that, they grab the lead here in the 2nd half. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the return, it's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Out wide right, it's Townsend. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback changing the play. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short as teams want to make their move in the rankings. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Throwing Manning. Middle of the field, Coleman's got it.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Got there right as the ball did, jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They've got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Not gonna make it, and the fourth down gamble backfires.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Frazier again. Enough to move the chains. Open space at the 25. Finds some room. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Looking for blockers. He was looking for the big return there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 28. Here comes the Texas offense. Here's Arch to throw. Oh, pressure's coming. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
They'll need a bunch on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Third down from the gun, Manning. The throw. Hauls it in. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to take it outside. It's smothered. Ball is loose. And the defense jumps on him. They get that turnover.
That is how you step up for a defense right there. Force the turnover. Let's not make this thing get close, right? I got a 2-possession lead. I get the ball back with, close to 3 minutes remaining. I'm sitting in a great spot. Offense, go get me some first downs.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
And the Dogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the ground, it's Bowens. On his feet at the 40. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Just smothered on the play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying the left side. Makes the tackle. DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Right back to the well. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be 4th down. And the field goal unit is on the field. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. And it slips just inside that right upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Here's Manning to throw. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you just